Welcome to Quill Sword Blogcast. Biden who? You know, that guy that stays in the White House occasionally and has a badly messed up kid. The guy 81 million people allegedly voted for after he hid in his basement during the campaign. Yeah, him. Is it just me, or has Biden been amazingly unimportant? He managed to screw up Afghanistan, there is that. Oh, yeah, and is all that censorship and Orwellian disinformation board stuff, trying to enact some sort of abortion law that failed miserably, thankfully. Oh, I know! He shut down the Keystone Pipeline and screwed up the economy. Those might not be causally related, but they sure correlate. He's managed the near impossible feat of being president during a, for want of a better term, quote unquote, popular war and having his approval rating nosedive anyway. Mind you, approval ratings would be more valuable if you could use them as toilet paper, where they'd at least do something. But given the leftward lean of most pollsters, the real numbers are probably even worse than what's reported. Well, I suppose to be fair, he's at least been doing some stuff. None particularly effective in terms of leadership that I can see. Sure, he got lots of support for Ukraine from Congress, but they were going to do that anyway. Congress isn't yet stupid enough to totally screw up U.S. foreign policy by backstabbing Europe, so aid was a given. When the underdogs started winning, Biden should have gotten a boost politically. I guess no one got the memo. Trump never had his honeymoon. Biden hid through his. Once he stopped hiding, I get the impression most folks would just assume that he went back into hiding. It's a first in my lifetime, no, not in American politics, that the party in power is actively trying to find a new presidential candidate to run for the next election cycle, even though the incumbent is eligible. I swear, they appear almost desperate enough to court DeSantis. Yes, that would be hilarious. And no, it won't happen. Despite the feuding, DeSantis knows 2028 is his best shot, and if he didn't 2 weeks ago, he does now. Which brings up another bizarre tidbit I've not seen before. A former president managing to dominate the media for a week by having a state seek indictment against him. As weird as that is, it's even weirder that it knocked Biden completely off the stage. I've seen maybe one clip of Biden even commenting on the major story of an entire news cycle. It's like the press doesn't even care what their favorite boy thinks. Wasn't Biden supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread? Funny thing is that the media isn't playing up Harris either. She's the logical successor if Biden decides not to run, and putting all the attention on her would send a not at all subtle message that Biden was expected to exit stage left in 2024. I mean, I know full well Harris couldn't get elected dog catcher in a town with no dogs. She literally did not win a single primary in 2020. The media tries very hard to put her in the best possible light, and she messes it up every single time. Harris would be a horrible candidate, but who else have they got? Pelosi will be pushing 90 if they even considered her, which they won't. Schumer is so badly damaged that it's a wonder his district bothers to keep re-electing him. All the up-and-comers are from the purple-haired loony wing that has fallen, finally, out of favor with everyone even remotely sane. Transpan-speciest is just not something you want on a candidate's resume. At least not if you want to actually get that person elected. Biden is doing much better about being visible. I mean that sincerely, he is. But I don't think anyone cares. Most especially not his base. Biden has floated some wacko initiatives of late, evidently designed to appeal to the woke and newly unemployed, but not to actually get their big tech and big media jobs back. Needless to say, it didn't appear to work, even with that most rabid segment of his base. Of course I'm biased. I just look like an eagle with a barbecue apron. We humans only come in size human, and that comes with bias. I don't know. I could be misreading the situation, but I don't think so. I don't think Biden matters to anyone anymore. The Democrats can't wait to dump him. The Republicans can't even be bothered to take him on with policy matters, though they are being a lot more aggressive on the corruption. But I think that's more because they don't dare let their base think they aren't taking the crap from the last several years seriously than it is that they see Biden as a policy threat or any threat. Putin and Xi basically ignored Biden. Okay, part of that is because they want to diminish the U.S., but I doubt they would have been so obvious about it with Trump. Okay, I also doubt there would have even been a war if Trump had been reelected, but regardless, it's just very, very odd. The U.S. ain't anything you want PO'd at you, no matter how big you think you are. Both Putin and Xi are smart enough to know better, but they keep pushing. I don't think it's a sudden change in their opinions of the U.S. I think they're just both concluded that Biden is weak and that they can safely test the limits. For now. It's not just them. There was the infamous snub from Saudi Arabia. Iran is making its move. Turkey is also pulling some stuff that seems to be more related to Biden's perceived weakness. It's not even that I think Trump might have done better. I honestly don't on several of the bigger problem children had things progressed this far. I kind of doubt they ever would have, but that's not the point. Biden is a non-entity on the world stage, and U.S. foreign relations are suffering for it. Relax, Biden isn't our first bad president and won't be our last. A lot of the day-to-day stuff in international relations runs on autopilot, so he's unlikely to mess things up irreparably. Our allies may occasionally be jerks, but they're smart enough to know that Biden is a lame duck. I know that because they're already treating him like one. Just like everyone else.